we're back here on the Jeep. I finally got to do some work on this. This is going to be kind of a quick video. I'm going to show you basically how you can convert these old carbureted Jeeps to in-tank fuel pump. It's pretty quick, simple, and easy. So I'm going to walk you through that. If the rain quits later on, I might put another video of finishing up the whole entire fuel system. So I'm going to go ahead and get started on this. We're going to go ahead, already got the tank out. It's sitting right here on the ground in front of me. We're going to go ahead and pull that out and install the pump, and I'll take y'all along with me. Alright, so you're going to need to take all these Phillips head screws, or I think it's 10mm, out the top. There's 8 of them total. So we're going to go ahead and take those out. Alright, then you're just going to lift the whole assembly out. Watch your float so you don't break the float. Alright, and that's going to be the whole assembly taken out the tank. So the next thing we're going to do, we're going to take these screws here loose. Get this hose and filter assembly out of there. Pop that off. That's no good anymore. What you want to do is this little nut right here. You can go ahead and pop that loose. And pull this section off. Alright, so now what we're going to do is we're going to use it as our pump hanger. Alright, so I got the fuel pump here, and this is just going to sit right down in the pump like that, and you see it's actually already fitted pretty well for it. Alright, then you're going to take a band clamp like this. Put it around it like that. What you want to do, right here between this slot, that's where you want your band clamp to lay. So I'm going to pull this out for right now just till I get it in place. Put your nut in. And then you want to use Phillips and wrench. Alright, so now I got Phillips in the socket. We're just going to tighten it down. Alright, so now you got a little hanger for your pump. Now you can drop it down in there, sit it like that, and she's actually a little tall on this one. So yeah, she's a little tall for what I'm trying to do, but so you can flex her like that a little bit, and then you can get her where she just goes on there. Alright, so now let me get my hose. A little excess, so I'm alright. So she's gonna slide together like that. Push her on up in there. Now you can bend this bracket back. Alright, there goes. It secures the bottom. Two band clamps on here at the top. I'm gonna have to loosen this a little bit. tighten down your band clamp that secures your pump. Make sure your filter's all the way down good. And just like that's using a stock hanger for the carbureted system with the fuel pump sender and stuff to mount another pump. Now I can bend that a little bit straighter if I want it to look pretty, but I ain't too worried about it. She's functional, she does what she's supposed to do, and the only other thing I gotta do is I gotta run a bulkhead fitting for the wires here so that I can get the wires outside the tank. So I'm gonna go ahead and drill the holes and get that done. I'll show you that too. Alright, so the next thing you're gonna need is to get the wires through the top of the hat. What I use, this actually came off of one of my fuel hats for the old fuel cell I ran before I put the bigger cell in the race truck. So I've already used this one. But all it is it's got a little rubber gasket in there with holes that the wires come through. And when you tighten this down, it just pinches down on it, try to seal any fuel from coming out. And then it's got an O-ring here that when you tighten this up, it seals on it. But you got to put the hole in here for it to go. So I'm gonna go ahead and start working on that. Hopefully I have a drill bit big enough to get that through. If not, I'm gonna have to take it up to the shop. Okay. So and I don't have a big enough bit, so I'm gonna have to carry it to the shop. Okay, well let me get to that and then get back with you. Alright, so I just got back from my buddy's mic. He let me get a bit that was right size to drill a hole in this since I didn't have one big enough. So what you're going to want to do now is you're going to want to take your two wires there, stick them through the nut at the bottom, stick them through the hole. Alright, and then you want to slide this piece down on there. Stick it on, put your nut on, and tighten it on down. Alright, then you're going to take a little rubber piece that comes with it. It's got the two holes for the wires. Stick it through the two holes and push it down in the clip here in the front. Alright, and just make sure you ain't got none of the tabs caught. Then slide your final nut on. It's going to tighten it again, tighten the wires into the grommet, and tighten it on down. Alright, and that's it. See, now the wires don't move anywhere, they're secured and they're sealed up for the tank. Now you can just sit there, take this, we're going to move back over to the tank and we can drop it back in. Alright, so now you just sit this down in there. Just like that. Line up the gasket. that's how you convert these old YJs to an intake pump. Pretty simple, easy. Everything's there you need. You ain't gotta go and buy a fuel cell or nothing like that to make it work. You can just use the stock hanger. Just get you a pump and a install kit or whatever that comes with the filter and the wire, and one of these bulkhead fittings to run the wire through, and that'll be all you need to put an intake pump in the old Jeep YJ that originally was carbureted. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Like I said, this is going to be a short video, just how to convert these Jeeps to an intake pump. Pretty simple process, pretty straightforward. Now I'm going to end up extending these wires, and then I'll probably switch out the connector here on the tank to a 4-pin connector, and that'll finish it up to where I just got to plug it up. I'll run 3/8 fuel injection hose to the feed and return that coming out the top. Run that over to the filter with some quick disconnects, and then from the filter forward is going to be all 6AN stuff, so that'll handle all of that. Alright, I appreciate you guys for watching. Next video coming out on this will probably be me doing the whole rest of the fuel system, so stay tuned for that, and that'll just show you how to do the entire fuel system on these LS swap. This was Jeep specific, the rest of it will be for any vehicle. Alright, y'all have a good one.